Nigeria. And that was the only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Niger what yo. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what media. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media. No more bad government. The number one media in Nigeria. No more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what media. Voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. Voice for the voiceless. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless.
Having a conversation with Valentine Ozigbo, who recently adopted the Labour Party and has moved now to the APC. Thanks so much indeed, Mr. Ozigbo.
Thank you.
There are those who will say, as you were looking out, some other people were looking in. The likes of Mohalo moved into the Labour Party, left the APC, and he said a lot of things about the APC and how the party is not competent enough as a platform for him to ride on. And you do not see any good in the Labour Party as a tool for you or as a platform for you to run on. And there are those who will say that your judgment is flawed on that basis. Mohalo, who is one of the founding fathers of the of the APC, who dumped the APC and moved to the Labour Party, who sees the performance of Labour Party in the presidential election for Peter Obi, and he thinks that that possibility is there to be able to harvest those kind of votes.
I know Mogalo is an elder compared to me. Otherwise, I would have said to him what a child sees. Standing up, elders. What an elder sees sitting down, a child can't even see standing up. So that's his choice, and I believe it won't be long before he comes to the same conclusion with me. And I wish Labour Party well. I'm not here really to demarket the Labour Party, but I'm saying
you think Mohalo is in there?
I'm saying to you and to everyone, I personally don't see a future in Labour Party. That's my judgment, and I'm happy to live with it. And I would love to be proven wrong. So if he finds comfort, and so be it.
How do you defend then those who say you have a character of use and dump? You saw the PDP, used it, dump it. Use the Labour Party, use it, dump it. You're moving to the APC now.
Actually, it's a very wrong way to characterize this. It's rather about somebody who is insistent on right process and due process. It will be that we are also talking about left NPP to ABGA to PDP to Labour Party, and I can almost guarantee that if he wishes to run for election, it's not going to be under Labour Party. I can almost guarantee that.
Really?
I am not his spokesperson, so maybe I'm.
But you are close to him.
Maybe
I'm
wrong, but I'm a witness to a lot of discussions around coalitions, and which I can't tell you my own, optimism about that. But the point here is that when you get into a party, I enjoyed my time in PDP. they granted us free and fair primary. And I was proud of what the then Uche Secondus did. When the later leadership showed up, a lot of things changed in PDP. And part of the reason why they also have not done well in recent time. And so when P2B left PDP to join Labour Party, because what I do is purposeful politics, not transactional politics, I thought that the best decision was to join P2B to support him. And I can boast to being one of the biggest and most impactful supporters he had in that election, coming out of Southeast. And so, no regrets for that support. I was proud of whatever effort I put in there because I believed in this country. I wanted to sacrifice for this country. And to now suggest that if Labour is dying, I should die with Labour would be very wicked of anybody. And that's the point I'm making. Over time, you'll see what I'm saying. If you haven't seen it now. In fact, if you're a politician, if you're a savvy politician, you would have noticed by now. I mean, how can you explain our performance in Edo? How do you explain that?
So you pronounce Labour Party dead or in comatose or in coma?
You're sometimes like to get some words out of somebody's mouth. You're not going to get from me. I've said enough about Labour Party.
All right,
I'm not here to debate Labour Party.
Let me ask you about the obedient movement.
Yes.
That did a lot for Labour Party and Peter Obi in Anambra State. It was a clear sweep for Peter Obi. Are you worried that now you have the Valiant movement, and I imagine that obedient from Peter Obi, now Valiant from Val, am I right?
That's a similarity, yeah.
So, Valiant in what sense?
Okay, so I'm happy when you spoke about my shift. You said from Labour Party to APC. But you did say from obedient to Valiant, because the two are actually not mutually exclusive. You can be obedient and Valiant at the same time. Obedient is a national movement. Valiant is majorly for Anambra. Valiant are not just people who are in pursuit of better Nigeria, better Anambra, but also people who see Valentine Ozigbo as representing that hope for better Anambra. And so there was need for me to define who my supporters and how I like them to behave and believe. And the word Valiant signifies courage. I like Anambra youths to actually believe that their own destiny is in their own hand. If they stand for what is right, if they can actually go the whole hog of insisting that the right thing is done at all times. And that's what this movement is all about. So I am more centric about Anambra and to see how we can change our narrative. And so some of the leaders of obedience are also leaders in the Valiant. So they are not mutually exclusive at all. So they are not in competition, by the way.
So you can have the, in quotes, the membership card of obedient and you can use it in the Valiant movement because according to you, they are more or less the same.
It's not the same because there could be some obedience that are not Valiant. But I'm saying that if you're an obedient and you wish to be Valiant...
So you were obedient or you are still obedient?
I am obedient in the sense that I am pursuing the cause of a better Nigeria. The definition of obedience in my own heart is that somebody who hungers for a better country. And you always see that in me. And that's what I'm promising people who listen to me today. The Valentine that was obedient is still the same Valentine that is Valiant and also obedient at the same time.
All right. I mean, it just sounds interesting that you are obedient but APC.
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's...
are they obedient and APC?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, no. Obedient is not Labour. Obedient has never been synonymous to Labour. There are obedience that are not even in any party. There are obedience in APC, there are obedience in ABGA, there are obedience in Labour. It's just that obedience wanted to use Labour as a platform to prosecute their agenda. But a lot of the people, I'm telling you, some of the people who are entrenched in APC were actually very supportive of the obedience. I'm not joking. So what we're seeing here is how to come together and say, what can we do to salvage this country? And if it requires that Valiant now has to support centrally APC, so be it. The whole idea, the mission remains the same: a better Anambra, a better Nigeria.
Let me ask, are you able to harvest the obedient votes, which was massive in the presidential election for Peter Obi?
As a matter of fact, Obedience have actually endorsed Valentine Ozigbo for 2025 election already.
Even without a platform yet?
And it was, agnostic of platform. In fact, the message was to Labour Party: if you know what is good for you, give Valentine Ozigbo ticket. However, if you fail to do so, any platform he runs, we will back him up. That has been the agenda.
So
whether some of the people there will keep to this commitment is a different matter. And that is why, because we also see cases of some people who may be obedient saying, no, we must support Labour, there was a need to have a Valiant movement that is centric to Valentine's cause and whichever party he runs under.
So, and there are names in the APC that you'll be contending with for the ticket. And we are talking about Chukuma Emeoji, talk about Professor Okonkwo, talk about John Bosco Obina, Paul Chukuma, Nicholas Ukachukwu. These are heavyweights in their own stand, in their own ways. And the problem here is Valentine might be popular or have his own following, but the internal workings of the APC has its own structure and has its own leanings. What gives you the confidence that you could clinch the ticket of the APC?
God and strategy. So, first, I have my tremendous respect for these brothers of mine. I know them well. They are my friends, they're my brothers, and quite frankly, we've also met in the field in different ways. Some of the people you've mentioned, either they ran on a different party or my party. And, what was interesting is that I went into PDP in 2020 to run for election in 2021. I was asked similar kind of question. Valentine, there are 15 people in this race, 14 with you. And some of them are sitting senators, sitting House of Reps members, and billionaires of high repute and all of those stuff. How you show you from nowhere, from Transcorp, you can get in a party like PDP and win the ticket. So what happened in the end? I defeated them and I came first and I won the ticket when I was relatively unknown, when I don't even have any following. I won the ticket.
And you see this happening again in APC?
Now that I'm ahead, now that I have following, the real question here should be, APC, are you interested in winning Anambra State? And if the answer is yes, then you have only one option. Just do whatever you have to do to field Valentine. Otherwise, we can be a candidate. And another story.
All right.
APC has fielded candidates upon candidates, but I am a candidate with a difference. I'm coming to add value. And that's why you're also having me here. So, many other people joined APC to run for government. Do you know about it unless they showed up and called you to interview them? But I entered APC and it was on fire. There's a value that I'm coming to add to APC.
All right. Mr. Valentine Ozigbo, thank you so much indeed. He rose to become the president of Transcorp National. Thank you so much indeed for joining us, and I wish you the very best in your new family.
Thank you.
Very many people will find it to be difficult, for instance, to accept his own fact that I'm going to tell you now. And that is that Obi won Borno State. This was from intelligence, Nigerian intelligence.
Nigerian intelligence?
Yeah, well, the one...
But the result on paper?
Of course, was vastly different. So...
Now, when you say Obi won Borno State, how?
Well, I'm not happy about it, but over 1/3 of Borno is Christian, right? And then I think the youth factor, you know, was a large part of it. I keep on telling people that I have nothing to gain from it. In any case, you know, it has happened, it has happened. We were in the, what do you call it now, the situation room. When we were in the situation room on the day of the elections, the results we were getting from all over the country will start to surprise you.
Can you tell me?
Yes, sir. We are getting results from Bono, maybe Katsina and all these people, showing that Obi was winning in all these polling booths. So I ask people, are those sending those results, are they sending it to deceive us? It doesn't make sense to me that they will send that kind of result to us if it is not true. But as I said, look, there are some things that I mentally struggle with in Nigeria, you know, the foolhardiness, you know, or the substitution of truth, objectivity, you know, with gossip, with rumors, with, you know, you see people posting as if well, I don't know them, what do I call them? On intelligence or whatever, they who don't know a lot about Nigerian politics, presuming to be authority, you know, on Nigerian politics. So, you know, but there was that, so there was that confusion. People were surprised. So it's not that, okay, about 8 public opinion polls was conducted before the presidential election. The most credible of them was CNN. He gave 41% to Peter Obi that he will win the election. The next person got 21%. So what, first, you have to assume that CNN, they didn't know what they were doing, or they want Obi to win to come. What vested do they have in giving that result if it is not true? Tell me. The same thing with Broomberg. 7 out of the public opinion that came out explain what apparently happened. But so this is what I tell you.
But remember, public opinion in the last presidential election did not really favor Donald Trump. But by the time the election came, it was a different ballgame.
No. Look, let me tell you something that, okay, I referred back to the opinion polls because it was consistent with the results we were getting.
The results you were getting from the situation room.
Yes, you know. And then secondly, of course, logically, look, we have lost Rivers State. And then, of course, what we saw, you know, when we were presenting, during the court stages, how elections are mutilated, how INEC that has predicated its efficiency, its integrity, or what do you call it now, the beavers, IRF, they were the one. INEC was the most virulent attack on depending on beavers. I mean, look, you told us that in the integrity over and over and over again. A system you spend billions of dollars on, maybe naira. They threw away that no. Manual, they were with the beavers should not be taken as. This was the argument in the court. They were saying that the Electoral Act did not preclude manual counting. They were of course they will be, because they were called to evidence. They were the ones undermining any confidence in the beavers, just because of the manipulation that they have done.
There was manipulation?
Everybody knew. Didn't they say so? That beavers collapsed for...
From the result you got in your situation room, Who won the presidential election?
And that's what Peter Obi won it, and
It was a landslide or what?
well, look, I don't want to use. You see, Nigerians are very funny, and look, I can imagine the way, if I say it's landslide or something, the way they will be talking, ridiculous. Look, here in Lagos, Obi defeated Tinubu by over 1 million votes. They couldn't completely say that he didn't win. They had to bring it down.
Who brought it down?
The INEC. Listen, okay, let me ask you a question logically. Do Nigerian politicians rig elections? Please tell me. I'm asking you now.
You are the politician. Do they rig elections?
Wait. I want to establish a logic for you.
Okay.
Do they?
They do.
The parties, do you believe that practice would not have been put to effect in the 2023 election, that they wouldn't have attempted to rig it? Go on.
So the election was rigged?
Look, this is an assumption. This is any logic. Anybody, unless you want to tell me that the elections were not rigged, you believe there is nothing, absolutely nothing in the history of Nigerian elections, especially recent ones, that support any logic that they won't do the election.
Is it that Obi was not prepared?
That was coming to the third thing.
Okay.
Third is that he had no capacity. He had zero capacity to rig the election. People are talking about Southeast. How could they have rigged the election? Look, anybody from the Southeast, if Obi gets 99% in all the states of the Southeast, I would say that it is logical. Right? So, I've heard people say, okay, the result in the Southeast was 80 support, and of course. So that's what I'm saying, that Obi didn't need, everybody knew. As a matter of fact, the way we behave in this in this kind of environment, we say that will be among the Igbo, that anybody who doesn't vote for him is a traitor. That's the kind of thing. So there is nothing you need to explain, about the percentage of the votes that he got in the Southeast. But what I'm telling you is this. Nigerians leagued according to their ability to do so, which explains the election. Which of the candidates is in a position to influence INEC to sabotage the election?
What happened in Rivers State?
There was, what do you call it, the TPEX result. You could see how tacky. Yeah. It's like a primary school student wanting to cheat, or putting TPEX somewhere, doing this, I mean, look,
you made the point that the electoral umpire, the security agencies were compromised.
Of course.
In that election.
Of course. Look, I've just told you now that, my, not admiration, my reasons to be on good terms, to like Tinubu, for instance. Well, let's face the fact. Tinubu has a reputation of an election fixer.
You said he has a reputation of an election fixer?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Everybody who gets, regardless of who wins the election, that election, you will ensure that his own party won. Through, if he doesn't win, they will manipulate it to.
What gives you that impression?
Well, from the results of the election we have seen everywhere, in the Southwest, in Lagos, everywhere, that is what they do. The judges become compromised, and so on forth. Security agencies become compromised, and so on. So it's counterintuitive to believe that another person is contesting presidential election and then we leave it to chance or leave it. So, look.
Wow. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, my people. Thank you very much for your time with us. Happy New Month to you all right there. Today is 1st March 2025. The time is running very, very fast already. I remember not long here, we were wishing ourselves Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that. But it's already 3 months now, and the time runs fast. You're getting old, I'm getting old, we all are getting old. That's why we have all the opportunity today. You can breathe, you can hear, you can do everything, you can see. You have all the opportunity to be grateful to God, to do the right thing at all times. Do the right thing because nobody knows what tomorrow holds. Yes, Osuntokun don't come out now, come talk, say, if Tinubu put her for any election, he go win. If you don't win by legitimacy, you go win by gbaju. You go anyhow. You must make sure say he turn them upside down. And you see, people like this now, I have respect for them because there was a time I thought this man was, backsliding and all that. I didn't. Although I don't know what will happen now, but still, this is truth to power. This is truth to power. In the tell us now, Peter Obi won that election. He won, in Lagos or everywhere. In fact, Peter Obi got over 1 million votes in Lagos. Remember, they gave Peter Obi about 400 or 500 or something thousand votes, where Tinubu were very, very close. So that was premeditated. The number were prearranged, to suit the ear of the gullible ones in Nigeria. But I thought I should bring that video here. Make they see him say, yes, all of us that put our effort supporting Peter Obi at that time, we're actually supporting ourselves because we stood by what is right at that particular time. So I don't have any regret supporting Peter Obi because he won the election. You and I know he won the election and he was denied, to rule as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But what do I know? Right now, we have a president, and he's been there. Already talking about 2027. So, which means that the only thing that can remove Tinubu from office is 2027. If only something is done. But the way things are going on right now, Tinubu have everything in his pocket. It's going to be difficult for this to happen. But what do I know? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thank you very much for your time with us. Mother for all, Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy, for all that you do. I appreciate you always. Good evening to you and happy new month to you as well. Mother Rita, I can see you right there. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Upright TV, I can see you. Atayo. Thank you, Vitus. Elena, thank you. God bless you all. Jeko, Kenneth. Thank you, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel. God bless you all. Promise to do is Tonya Tom is right there with us as well. God bless you. I've showcased almost everybody already. Amaka E, Kate Morris stays with us. God bless you all. Jude King, Paris Moye, Femi Bash. Thank you, my good people. Saya Daddy, Edo Sky in the building today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Doris Audio, thank you very much, man. Good evening to you. Arinze Chukuma in the building. Thank you. Sababu Kwanga. How many others? Peggy Modi, thank you very much, my people. Happy New Month to you all. In terms of videos, I'm done. I'm posting out a link for those of you that want to join us today. Remember, it's Saturday. Engage us so that we can spend some meaningful time here together. A link will be posted for those of you that want to join this discussion. You can come in while I wait for those of you to come in. I'd like us to take this. Listen to this short video.
There's nothing we will not say in this country, Nigeria. How can a state governor order the closure of schools for 5 whole weeks? All in the name of a religious exercise. Does it even make sense? How the minds of these people, how do they process this kind of information? We already complained that we have a deficit in our educational structure. You now close school for 5 weeks. So the children that are meant to write WAEC, meant to write NECO, meant to write their professional exams, children are supposed to be in school. They should stay at home for 5 weeks. What exactly are we doing in this country? Are we intentionally trying to keep people uneducated so that we continue to do the nonsense that we're doing as leaders? Make it make sense to me. And you'll be complaining that some parents are taking their children to go and study abroad. Why would they not take their children to go and study abroad? Even though the money is very difficult for them to find. How can these children compete with their counterparts globally? The educational system is already even bad. Now, 5 weeks they will not be in school. So the people that are supposed to be writing exams, what would they be doing between now and April when they would resume? Hey, wow. Nigeria, what is going on? Is it that we have completely lost it? Hey, this country. Help me understand this thing, I beg. Because I can't for the life of me understand it. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I grew up in the north. I was born, buttered, breaded, whatever it is in the north. There was never a time that schools were shut down because of Ramadan. What is this?
My people, that's how we see our country. Wait till they happen for Nigeria, none of the see. So, Mother Rita, I can see you. Thank you very much, man. That's how we see them. That's what just close down school for your selfish reasons, for religious reasons. Not be yesterday we talk about this religionism of a thing. What do we know? I would just like us to move on. As you can see right there, I did a video earlier on this afternoon or this morning concerning Akpabio's wife sued Natasha for defamation, demand 250 billion naira damages. If you watch my video, you understand more explanation on that particular video. I might not be able to take it further right now on this. But as we see, I'm 250 billion. Say, my husband is innocent. My husband not they look other people's skirts. Now leave my own skirt. Now my husband they look. So for that, you are sued. And so we see more. But meanwhile, I'd like to take another one right here quickly to tally up with the video that I played earlier on concerning Ozigbo, who moved from Labour Party to APC. According to that headline, that I would like to welcome Peter Obi in APC someday. Valentine Ozigbo took that one. So this after dumping the Labour Party for All Progressive APC, Valentine Ozigbo hopes Peter Obi will join him in the ruling party anytime soon. So now, we see more on that particular one. But meanwhile, I have another one here quickly that I would like to take here so that, yes, bear with me, guys. We're almost there. Peter Obi, now he did this one. Obi urges federal government to prioritize road repairs over new constructions. Former presidential candidate Peter Obi has urged the federal government to prioritize improving existing road infrastructure in the country over building new ones. Building new road doesn't make sense. So Peter Obi, now they put Tinubu government under pressure. So, my people, I believe that's all I have for you in terms of, let me see. Yes, that's all I have for you right now. In terms of the broadcasts, my mainstream articles. Then we're just going to start talking right now. I can see someone will call it in already. You can start calling in right now. Let me quickly take some pause, go straight to the panel. Then we round up for today. That's all we're going to do. Appreciate every one of you. Lady, Madam Deborah, thank you very much for calling in. Okay, Madam Deborah, guys, help us to press on the like button and help us to share. Press on the dollar sign. You can buy me a coffee if you can. I really do appreciate that. God bless you. Madam Deborah, thank you very much, man. Good evening to you. Talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening to everyone, our viewers and commenters all over the world. Just a quick contribution to this broadcast. Talking about Nigeria is really, really very, very depressing because everything in that country seems to be working upside down. I was listening to Kenneth Okonkwo trying to quote things about the Supreme Court, and I'm wondering why anyone should be surprised about what is going on with the judiciary. We also, after what happened in the 2023 election, anybody still having any trust in the judiciary is wasting his or her time. We saw how they twist everything and they didn't care. They carefully twisted everything and gave it to the highest bidder. So nobody should be surprised what after seeing what happened in that 2023 election and about what the judiciary, the Supreme Court did. I don't think anybody should be surprised anymore about the judiciary in Nigeria. You know, anything can happen. There's no rule of law anywhere in that country. So that's just that. And then regarding the closure of school, it's a shame. Anything can happen in Nigeria. Okay, something like that. Even if not, I'm just hearing it for the first time. The Nigerian media did not even carry it. You see horrible things will be happening in Nigeria. You don't even hear it in channels or any of the Arise or any of the media to talk about it. They will be mute. Instead, they will be talking about gossips on social media and things that are not really very important. But you see critical issues like this, nobody will even dare to talk about it. So anybody can, and I think this is just the beginning. A lot of horrible things will be happening in Nigeria. Maybe one day they will impose that in everywhere in Nigeria. People should not do this. Maybe that's where people will wake up. This has never happened before. I grew up in the north as well. I've never seen where they stop children from going to school closed for 5 weeks. So for this to happen and they will let go, nothing is going to happen. Regardless of anything that anybody does in Nigeria, they get away with it. So more will continue to happen, you know. I said it. I said if Tinubu gets away with what he did, then any other person can get away with anything in that country, and that's just how it is. It is going to continue. We're going to see more and more things. People doing more and more horrible things, and they are getting away with it, and nothing is going to happen. Nothing. So this is just the beginning. Even that 2027, that nothing is still going to change. It's still what they want that they are going to get, because Nigerians are not ready. Nobody wants to do anything. People do things and they get away with it. Nobody questions what is happening. Nobody protests over anything. So obviously, nothing is going to change, sadly. Anyway, thank you so much, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you very much, ma. I appreciate you. Nothing will change. Madam Deborah, don't tell us, say, even though we do fasting and prayer till the next year, there's nothing that's going to change in Nigeria. And it's very unfortunate that, yes, that's what it looks like. You know, yes, now what do it look like with that? You know, some people might not agree, but that's what it looks like. Because these people, they have captured everybody, you know, including some gullible Nigerians. You know, they speak, you know, good about these people. So it's baffling. Like I've said so many times, I'm just here doing my part, and alongside with my supporters here, that's all we do. Thank you very much, my people. For those of you just coming in now, thank you very much for your time with us. We are here trying by God's grace, keeping our consistency, being here every day. So today's Saturday, 1st March 2025, new month have begun. Thank you, Michael Alba, just coming in. Rosie Ayosh, thank you. God bless you all. Do your part, press on the like button, help us to share. Let me hear from Madarita. Madarita, you're the only person on the panel today. Good evening to you. I think you can talk unlimited.
Mr. Elvis, good afternoon.
We don't miss you. For my calendar, you don't reach 78 years. You never hear your voice.
Mr. Elvis, but I called yesterday now.
Oh, okay. Oh God.
I called yesterday now.
You know, say your calling could be like, say I never still see you.
It's
true.
Panic,
I see you.
I get it. Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis. And my lovely mommy diaspora, I still love you, Gedegbe. I'm the only one that loves you. And then greetings to my brothers and sisters in the comment section. And then those people watching from home, Madam Deborah, Madam Origin, greetings to you. And then love of God is my strength. Greetings to you, madams. And all my lovely sisters, Moni Olagbinyo, Madam Olagbinpe, Rosie Yoji, Michael Agba, and every other person. Madam Tusabi, I greet you, ma. Okay, I think I was off and on watching from when you started. I think I was watching about what's happening in River State. Mr. Elvis, do you know what? The only thing I can talk about for River State is, and people might not like what I have to say, but that's just my opinion. Fubara deserves whatever he's getting now. I would say it's like
Why?
a deja vu moment. You know,
Because in a weekly bring and come.
I don't want anybody to tell me, just like what they were saying in Edo State when they talk about rule of law and all that. Like, look who's talking. Fubara deserves what he's getting, and I will explain why, Mr. Elvis. Fubara was part and parcel of the decadence of former Governor Wike. Nobody should tell me that, oh, just because Fubara was supporting Wike and all his atrocities, that is not a yardstick to say he deserves what he's getting because he's being treated unfairly. Hello? Are we forgetting so soon? Fubara deserves everything he's getting. Fubara is a prototype of his predecessor, of his master. And now he's feeling the pain. Yes, this is the way of the Nigerian system. They intimidate you, they attack you, they force you, they take everything away from you until you succumb to them. Fubara was part of this pattern I explained. He's not any different. Just because he's fighting a family quarrel, he's looking like the hero and the wicked, or the federal government is the villain. We forget so soon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for people from Rivers State. Mr. F. Emmanuel, I'm so sorry. But Fubara deserves what he's getting. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, they say, right? As we see Fubara now, in the next 4 years, he's going to see Bill like Wike. So I'm not going to waste my saliva screaming and shouting on top of my voice what the federal government is doing to Rivers people, is unfair. What they're doing to Fubara is unfair. This is intimidation. Oh, please, please, please. I'm sorry. The only people who are suffering is the people of Rivers State. I would say I will also put some responsibility on the people of Rivers State because they're part and parcel of this menace going on. You see, the issue with bad leadership is not just the person who's the leader, it's bad followership. Bad followership. Yes, bad followership. You see, these leaders, I look at them like moons. The moon doesn't have a light on its own. What does the moon do? Those of you who are into, cosmology or whatever, the moon derives its light from the sun. So you see these so-called leaders and elites, they are the moon. They are like, without the people, they are dim. There's nothing shining about them. Absolutely nothing. And when Nigerians realize that the shine is actually, we own that shine. We own it. When Nigerians realize that these people are just ordinary people that depends on their shine, things will get better. Fubara deserves what he's getting. That's all I have to say about Rivers State. And my apologies to the faithful and the deserving people of Rivers State who deserve good governance. My apologies that you're suffering this rubbish. Your Rivers State is in the news for all the bad reasons. But perhaps you guys can actually look inward and see that maybe you are also part and parcel of this menace. You're also part and parcel of this decadence, this wickedness. Yes, Fubara didn't act on his own. Wike didn't act on his own. He had Fubara supporting him. Yes. Now Fubara is doing his own. He has people supporting him. The house is divided. But you know who is making money as we speak? Fubara is not going to be broke. The people of the State House of Assembly, they're not going to be broke. Former Governor Wike ain't going to be broke either. And the elite in River State, they know themselves. They're not going to be broke. It's the woman who is in River State frying fish and bole on the road that is trying to manage herself. That's the one that's going to be broke. These people don't give a rat's behind about Rivers people. And that's why it really irks me when anytime they make a statement, they say, oh, for the people of Rivers State, as if that they have to attach that addendum to their statement so that people will come down to their level to say, oh, he cares for us. He don't care for you guys. They don't care about you guys. I repeat, Fubara deserves what he's getting. Going to Mr. Valentine Ozigbo, I just have one thing to say. Valentine Ozigbo has an ambition that has consumed him. Yes, he has an ambition that has consumed him. He would not see any reason of anybody telling him that why are you going to the party. He will give every excuse every step of the way. He will tell you is his right. He will tell you it's his decision. He will tell you he has projected that this is the only reasonable thing to do. He is being consumed by greed and his ambition. And that is, I would say, you know, in the life of a man, when I'm using the word man, it's not just a male, it's male and female. We have this tendency to be greedy. Yes, everybody. We have this tendency to be so ambitious that we are blinded. We are so blinded by our ambition that we don't even see what the future is showing us black and white. So because of your blindness, if somebody is telling you, listen, you are going to the wrong road, they're not going to see anything. They would never see it until they get burnt. You see, people learn by whatever consequences they feel by their actions. And sometimes you need to pass through this road so you will learn. And according to VDM, you will learn the hard way. Some people just need to learn the hard way. So that's the life of Valentine Ozigbo. You know, he wants to be governor of Anambra State. It's his fundamental right. He wants to, but the pathway in which he's going is a typical corrupt Nigerian systematic way, you know, which has become a norm. And, you know, he has bowed down, you know, to all the, he has bowed down just like Nedu Umoko. They've all bowed down to, all the stuff that they are giving them, or stuff that they feel that, you know what, this is the only way. You know, APC is the only way to get what you want in Nigeria. So good luck to them, or whatever it is that they wish for themselves. As per Osuntokun saying that Nigerians will be shocked, shocked that Peter Obi won. We are not shocked. Even the man from Bodilon, he knows Peter Obi won the election. It's just like this IBB coming to tell us that MKU Abiola actually won the election. That's not news. Please tell us something new that we don't know. You know, so Nigerians will not be shocked, sir. You know, because we saw it clearly that Peter Obi won the election. Even till date, the word "and" Abuja has not been able to be defined by the professors of literature and English in Nigeria. Even making references to, okay, let us go to the English people, the British people who created the English dictionary, you know, to make reference there and explain to us the meaning of "and" Abuja. It has not been explained. So we know Peter Obi won the election. Landslide. Thank you for adding that word, sir. Landslide. And it's a fact. Peter Obi went against every political analyst projection. He went against all that. In 8 months, he was able to convince Nigeria that he's the best person that can at least help us start to where we ought to be. Help us start the right journey. It might not be perfect, but it's a starting point. So, you know, Peter Obi won, you know, landslide. And that's the truth. I didn't hear anything about Kenneth Okonkwo reaction. I'm sure he will probably talk about the legalities. I'm sure. I know he talks about law a lot, you know. So whatever Kenneth Okonkwo says, well, I guess it's something I have to go back to and listen to learn. And Akpabios and Natasha Akpoti. You know, Mr. Elvis, there's a question I really want to, and I wish the other men that were in the show yesterday were in this show. But I want to put this question out here. If Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan was not a married woman, what will have been the expression or the notion of men and women in Nigeria? That's a very deep question. If she was not married, would she have been supported like this? Would she? Even some people in this channel, listen to me, perhaps your expression about what happened with Natasha perhaps will have changed. Your opinion about her will have changed if she was not a married woman. Be honest with yourself. If Natasha was not married, what would you have said about this situation? I can guess what many people would say. They would say, it's because she's desperate to marry. Oh, she's a single woman. She's not answerable to any man. So therefore, she can talk and say anything she feels like because there's no man that can hold her down. 3, she's not Mrs. Somebody. They'll probably call her, a prostitute. 4, they'll probably say she's not even full Nigerians. All these half-breed coming to the Nigerian, claiming Nigeria, please let her go back. Yes, they would say that. 5, they will say, oh, we heard that she has children. All these single mothers everywhere looking for rich men. Perhaps the money that Akpabio was promising her was not enough, so that's why she had to expose this. Many of you here will have said it. Yes, if she was not a married. So all those things that I listed, nobody's saying that. But what if Natasha was a single woman? Yes. What would be your special? The reason why I'm posing that question is to stir your mind that when you see something wrong, there's evidence, and the person who is hurt is telling you, excuse me, this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. Don't judge the person by their disposition or about, or maybe their marital status, or maybe they're single mothers. Don't talk about this woman being sexually abused. Yes, I'm going to call it an abuse. You guys like it or not? People will say harassed. It's actually abuse. And Madam Natasha Akpoki, please, maybe your lawyer should change the term sexual abuse. Sexual abuse doesn't really have to be physical, in case you guys don't know. You can be salacious to somebody, and that could be termed as a sexual abuse. Yes, with those incisive words he was telling her. Mr. Elvis, that interview that we watched, that's the tip of the iceberg. If you
with Natasha.
Yeah, the one you played when she went to Arise,
Yes.
is the tip of the iceberg, because I know more things are coming. Because if you hear some other experts that have been going on, she's even talking about, how he was saying, oh, let us, go to a club and have a good time. A married woman, it just shows, listen, Nigeria as of today.
But Madam Rita, don't you think our life might be at risk at this moment?
It's definitely at risk, Mr. Elvis. Definitely. And do you know what? Guess what? Bamidele, who is the man that was speaking on behalf of the man from Bordelon during the election, the man with the broad nostrils, I think he's the majority leader in the House. Bamidele called her. Yes, he called her using his phone. And when Natasha picked up, who was on the other line? Mr. Apabio. And then there's something that he said to her, and then she mentioned it. I'll look for the publication, the general publication. He said, if you pull this man down, you are going to go down too. That's what Bamidele told her. And also, Senator Kingibe, she also mentioned that in the past, she has even mentioned to Senator Kingibe about what Akpabio has been telling her. And there was a part that when she called Chief Uduaga to say, please beg your wife to put this case down, the man was upset. Like, were you not there when my wife reported to you? What did you do? There's a lot of things going on. It is so obvious that Natasha wants, they want to gag her. They want to, I told you the pattern. I just told you about Nigerian pattern. Until you succumb to them, they will intimidate you, intimidate your household, intimidate your business, intimidate even your parents. They will go that far until you cow down to what they want you to do. That is the Nigerian framework. It's not just happened with politicians. It even happened with some people's private lives. Just because the person that they want to intimidate is not on the same social strata as them. We have become a very wicked nation. Take it or leave it. Yes, Nigeria has become a very, very wicked nation. The bottom line here, I know yesterday I heard Dr. CM say something about, that also tells you the kind of husband Mr. Oduwagan is. We should be very careful from deflecting from the main issue here. We should be very careful. Very, very careful. We are not talking about Chief Oduwagan here. We are not talking about him. We are talking about Natasha Akpoti Oduwagan, who has said she was sexually abused by the Senate president, period. And because she did not agree to his terms, he's frustrating her efforts to serve as a senator for her constituents, period. It's not rocket science. It's not big English. But everybody that I see, not everybody, majority of people that I see, especially some men, is that they're just trying to distract us from the main issue, including some women too. Like, for example, Dr. Alile, the one that's the APC, that's that woman leader, and Senator Kingsley. Everybody's trying to distract and talk. They're talking about seats now. They're talking about seats. Some people will talk about her husband. Some people will talk about how she's dressing, but nobody's talking about what hurts her. You see where we are as a nation? According to Dr. Charles Akpoti, he said, we have no values. Nigeria has no values, and it's true. And I think we got to this rot because over the years, we have had decadent sexual predators along the corridors of power. So when you have things about sexual abuse in Nigeria, it usually ends up going to voicemail. When Joy Nunye came out to speak about how she was almost sexually molested by Akpabio, that story went to voicemail. Down the line, another woman, brave woman for that matter. Natasha Akpoti is a brave woman. I don't care what anybody says about her. She's a brave woman. She has guts. And do you know what she can do, what she's doing? She's not collect money from anybody. It's good to be clean. You know, Mr. Elvis always talk about this thing. See, when you are clean, when you are clean, you don't beg money from people. You don't steal from people. When you come out, it's like you are not. See, truth is authority. For you to have that authority to speak like this, it means that your backyard is clean. It means that your backyard is clean. You see all those people who are quiet in the Senate? Many of them have practiced the same thing Natasha is complaining about. Many of them are even doing it as I speak. As I speak, or not when Natasha was speaking, as we are here live now, many of these men are actually sexually abusing underage girls and even grown women, married or single, right now as I speak.
Margarita, I agree with you on the area of being clean. Do you know that for Natasha to come on the national TV to say such thing, if she have previously engaged in any kind of corruption or criminality, fear not going to let her do this thing. This is the benefit of leaving a clean name for yourself. God bless you for mentioning that.
That is why she's coming out. Brave woman, I must say. Natasha, wherever you are a brave woman. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. It is not easy. Listen, it's not every woman that can go through this. So if Nigeria was a sane country and people know that the judiciary is independent and it works, many people, women, will have come out, just like how you see it in America. When one person comes and talk about sexual misconduct, even what Donald Trump did, we saw a plethora of women come out to say what he even did 20, 30 years ago. I can't just imagine the amount
Madam Rita,
of
please hold on. I believe Madam Origin want to contribute to you or something. Hold
yes,
on. Madam
go ahead,
Origin,
Madam Origin, go ahead.
Good evening, ma'am. Please talk to us. Madam Origin.
Yes, Madam Rita, all of them. Mr. Nigeria, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Good evening to you, ma'am.
Yes, Madam Rita, you will continue. The flow is good. I was driving when you said we should make calls. I don't like talking when I'm driving. So I greet everyone. Mommy Diaspora, God bless you. Mr. Nigeria, God bless you. Thank you so much for this platform. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Madam Rita, God bless you. I greet everyone, the ninjas. You people need to wake up, oh. And I greet every commenter, everyone that come here every day, because it is important. You will be your own witness. The fact that you're coming out is because you know something is wrong. You need to know what is going on and see what you can do to solve the problem. I want to reiterate, I am coming full circle. When I started here, I screamed about Mr. Nigeria. When I call elders, I mean people that have the position, people in position to effect a change or to make sure that truth is upheld. I use truth. All of them, you see, during I'm now beginning to, you see, men, human beings will include railroad God. They will lie against God. Now I'm beginning to see why or what happened that there was, you see, all of them are shining their eyes, including the ones that are carrying, they say they are pastors, they are religious, they are, all of them, they are pretending they don't know that doom is upon their head. Now they will lie against God. Now I'm beginning to see that why God destroyed the world was because the men, the people that He gave the responsibility to uphold truth, to make sure truth stands out. Because nobody is going to save this contraption called Nigeria. Because where it is heading, it is destruction. CJN Ariwola, that man said, if judiciary fails, there will certainly be no country. Which means, as far as that man is concerned, he knew Nigeria is finished. He knew there's no country. Today we are talking about River State. What's that guy, Mr. Sifubera? If you're wise, you know what to do. They did it to Mazin Nandekano. You see that thing they did on Mazin Nandekano after they passed a law. They now say they did the stay of order. You do it and you continue because there is no country, there is no law. Why are you going to stand there and let them put which law? Which law are they? Which justice did they pass? There is no justice. So don't be a fool. Play the game and let whoever that drop, let it drop. Now let me go back to the elders. Because what happened is when the elders refuse to stand for truth, uphold truth, destruction comes. All you pastors, listen to me. Let me tell you where you all miss it. Because today is my own day. Madam Rita, you have the half of the time. I have half of the time. And for all of you pastors, listen to me. This is where you missed it. You see that thing, you people are, instead of you to uphold truth, stand for truth, defend truth, you railroad truth. I'm going to read scripture for you today, Genesis 49. And Jacob, the man that after the God used to show us what prosperity means, the Bible said that Jacob was a prosperous man. Even the only thing I saw in that Bible was his discipline, the fact that he was doing the right thing, the fact that he was still in Potiphar's house, who owned all the things that Jacob was working on. It was Potiphar. But God did not say that Potiphar was a prosperous man. He said Jacob was a prosperous man because he refused to eat the king's meat, eat all the nonsense. All of you pastors, you pretend you don't know what is going on in Nigeria, and you're preaching prosperity. Prosperity. Go to where people are building and they're bringing it down. That is the prosperity people are preaching to us. When
everyone that is in church, people will go to a club. From club they go to church. From church they go to club. No shame. Now I come to traditional leaders, rulers. I am from the lineage of, I know what it means to hold or fought to, what it means. You people have desecrated the tradition of the land, and you're blaming tradition. Tradition has nothing to do with the evil that you leaders are concocting. I don't even have anything to say to politicians. I'm going to use, because today we are talking about, what is that man's name, sir? He says it's Valentine, Valiant man, Ozigbo. Let me use him as the point of contact to the other politicians. Valentine Ozigbo. You see, all of you politicians, there is no, I still stand to say, there is no politician in Nigeria that is not wicked, that is not atrocious, and not criminal minded. Because go and check, let me use I talk about the places I know. Let me use Southeast where I came from. Go and check all of them. There is only one that did not go in by hook and crook. I remove him by the side. Go and check the others. I compiled a video clips. One said it with his own mouth. With his own mouth. That if he does not do it, he does not want that if he fails, Abuja will send men. So they are given, they are told to destroy their own people. And that is what you're going to do. I already given you your scorecard. You don't need to come to tell us anything. Stop pretending. You don't know what to do. What you need to do is to look for how to bring dismantle this and insist that things must change. If it doesn't change, you all are lying, you all are deceiving yourselves and deceiving poor Nigerians that don't know what is going on. But I believe a lot of people are waking up. And please, I beg everyone, I'm begging. If you're awake, don't sleep. Look for what to do. Keep talking. Keep saying it out until we get a change. Mr. Niger, I beg you, thank you so much for giving me opportunity to vent.
Thank you very much, Madam Rosie. God bless you. All right, thank you very much, Madam Rita. Beg, continue from where you are.
Yes, so as I was saying, you see all the men who are in the Senate, those who were trying to calm her down when she was trying to express herself, those who were silent. I will keep repeating myself. I will keep repeating this until the people who are hearing me know that many people are aware of what they are doing. Those men who were quiet, those men who were trying to calm her down in the Senate, they were a disservice to this nation, disservice to every woman they've known in their life, disservice to their mother, disservice to even their daughters, disservice to their great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren who are female. Because they all know what is going on. They can't tell me that they don't know what is going on. Joy Nunye came to the entire world of NDDC to say, this is what this man did. I didn't see any women affairs woman come out to. In fact, maybe perhaps people were not as strong, or I'm just trying to make excuses now for people. They weren't as aware, or the internet wasn't as passionate as it is now. Perhaps many of them were even scared as at that time, but now we are seeing some people actually come out. Even former governor, the late governor of Ondo State, the wife, Mrs. Akere Delu, she has urged Natata to keep speaking. She has urged her to keep speaking. If they want to call you the bad bee of the Senate, fine. But however, what you're doing, you're standing upright and you're working for your people. Yes, for your people that you love. I told you the first time I saw Natasha, Senator Natasha, was when she came to the Senate to talk about Ajaokuta Steel. She even talked about her mother. She talked about the Russians that came, that had the contract in the federal government as at that time. She was not even a senator. She was not even a politician. Yes, to show you that this is somebody that, no be today she start to fight. No be today. So when people like Senator King may come to, according to one lady on Arise, you're trying to infantilize her by saying she's like my daughter. She is a colleague of yours. I said it yesterday. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. She's 35 years old. She's in the House of Rep in the United States. Listen, Ocasio-Cortez has been in the upper house in America. It's not 1 or 2 years old. I'm trying to tell you how young she was when she entered. And she's still there, and she's still speaking up. There are people in that same house who are in their 70s. They've been there for 25, 30 years. But when this lady speaks up, she's at par with them as their colleague. No man there will say she's like my granddaughter or my great-granddaughter. No woman there will say she's like my grand when they're talking about issues. Forget all these mommy, daddy, my child or not my child. It is all BS. We should stop it. And that's why they bring Daddy Gio, my papa in the Lord. What the hell? Have we become confused people that we don't know who we are? It's not even infiltrating how we do politics, in how we're serving the people. It's ridiculous. And when you speak up, they say, oh, she's being rude. She's being rude. Or it's not just a woman now. I'm talking about both male and female. Just because they are young, they want to suppress you, because that is the Nigerian framework. Suppression and intimidation until you bow down to what they want you to do. That is how Nigeria is framed. The younger generations have understood this system, and that is why they know that anything by thing they want to make money, because they don't want anybody to intimidate them or suppress them. So they'll do anything to get money, because they feel that having money, having influence and power is what makes you regarded as a human being in Nigeria. You see how the ripple effect has even affected it's affecting the young generation? Natasha, keep speaking. I'm proud of you. Anybody that's not proud of Natasha, that's your problem. You have a problem. You need help. Please, I'm repeating, please, let us not digress from the main issue here. There are two issues here. One is sexual abuse. Two is intimidation of a colleague in the Senate, intimidation of Natasha Akpoti. And I don't even think it's because Natasha is a woman for now, based on what I've heard. I'm just saying it's a personal vendetta because a woman didn't agree.
And Madam Rita, the third one is abuse of power.
Okay, please, I know there's so many lists. I don't want to list everything and just take everything.
No, Madam Rita, when you say anyone that is not proud of Natasha, you should say person there, Nigeria that is not proud of her, apart from
Mr. Elvis.
There plenty. They would be abroad, sir. Abroad. I found one today.
Let me shock you. This is the party. Let me shock you. There's somebody that I know. This person is in his 60s. Today, the man told me, Natasha, her own is too much. What is her problem? I don't support her. Listen, I blocked the person in heaven and I didn't care. And I was so shocked. Like I said yesterday, any man that feels that they want to say, oh, Natasha, she complains too much. The person even made reference. This is a man, he made reference to the fact that she has quarreled with Reno Omokri and Yahaya Bello. As he said, now, what is her problem? She's trying to malign the man. She's trying to spoil his career. Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine? There are even women that are even thinking the same way. And I kid you not. I kid you not. This is something personal. I'm telling you now. It's not everybody that supports, because they still have women that are jealous of her. They'll say, because she's pretty.
For blocking that man. You know,
I said I blocked him in heaven, and I gave him a piece of my mind. The man couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. And you have a daughter. You have a daughter, for Christ's sake. I just don't understand. Listen, the main thing for me, as a woman, the main thing, and it's something that needs to be addressed. It's not just in the Senate, it's in every strata of Nigerian society. I don't want to talk about any other country. I'm talking about Nigeria. We have all seen it. This is sexual abuse now. There are many other things which I don't want to digress from the issue now, because it's all about Natasha. At least, thank God, we have a Natasha that is something of good news in the news, not the one that is following a musician everywhere. In the name of, I'm following a musician everywhere. We have a good Natasha now that is setting an example for the young women and young men out there to be inspired by. Yes, the main issue for me is this. Many men and women listening to what Natasha went through. Please, I'm begging, don't get distracted about who her husband is. Don't get distracted that will say, because I know some people are very obtuse-minded, very myopic in their thinking to say, she's not even a full Nigerian woman. That's why she's talking like that. Please don't be distracted by that. Because Natasha can be your sister. She can be your aunt. She can even be your wife. She can even be, somebody that's your cousin. She was sexually abused. She was sexually abused. I'm repeating it again. She was sexually abused. That is why we are talking about this. And if we don't tackle this, it's going to continue. Like I said, as I'm speaking, as we're in this live show, there are many men who are sexually abusing women, even in high offices, in the corporate world. As me and you are talking, it's happening right now. So when we are loud and we are talking about this, and we know that this intimidation, this sexual abuse is related to how you can perform at work, how you are being treated in the workplace. This is sexual abuse in the workplace. So, not even, in fact, it even happened outside the workplace and in the workplace with Natasha, because they were trying to celebrate birthday. He sexually abused her there. Now they even went into the Senate in his office. He sexually abused her there. So you see, Natasha's own is double whammy. Yes, home and outside the home. Many women are experiencing this. You don't have to be an 18-year-old girl. So how old was Joy Nunye? Joy Nunye, how old was that woman? That woman was in her 50s, if not 60s.
Margarita, you said the two Natasha, one they follow musician, one the better one I be this one.
Mr. Elvis, I'm not talking about, listen, Mr.
So,
Elvis. Mr. Elvis.
What brought the two Natasha to the discussion?
I just got to put it out there. Thank God we have somebody who's called Natasha for the right reasons.
And now they talk too. The first one, we they talk this one called overshadow that one. But if you say me second, now Buluku matter, I concern two of them.
Okay, we say that is what is the Buluku matter?
Nigerian was
Mr. Elvis.
Yes,
Nigerian was.
Elvis, yes. You're talking it's all about.
They say the wife don't file her own suit against Natasha.
Boy beans, he's crying out.
I don't think the wife do this money.
I know they here now.
I don't do video concerning her since now, more than 8-10 hours ago.
The lawyer to Natasha tell am say, Madam, you better stay clear, but we are going to court with you.
Black Panther, you're actually taking my time frame. So
Go ahead.
Mute yourself.
Sorry.
We'll finish very soon. Thank you very much, sir. Because we have Mr. Ferrara here as well. Anyways, I will pause for now because I don't want to take so much time. But I'm telling us, please, we need to go back to the focus here. Sexual abuse in the workplace, sexual abuse outside the workplace, by men. I know some men are abused, but this is, I call this a sexually deviant predator. That's who I call Senator Akpabio. He's a sexual deviant predator. Predator, that's what he is. And God knows how many women out there he has done things to. How many women out there who were not as strong as Joy Nunye, who were not as strong as Natasha, that he has taken advantage of? We don't know. We don't know. But I can guarantee you, there are gazillions of young girls and even grown women who are not brave enough or who are not powerful enough to come out to say, this is what this man do, because Nigeria is a country where they stigmatize you even when you are abused. Just like they're actually abusing, Mohbad's wife as we speak. Somebody who is hurt, they're stigmatizing that person. The abuser and the oppressor, they praise that one. They give that one accolades. They cover up from him. They give excuses for him. They intimidate you just to cover them. That is the Nigerian framework. Nigeria has no value. We have no scruples. It is so sad. We have no scruples. I will stop here for now, Mr. Elvis. I will continue this because Natasha's story is what's important to me in all this discussion. Thank you very much. Mr. Elvis, are you there? If you're not there, let me continue.
Where you go now?
Okay, Black Panther, you can go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Madam Rita. I enjoyed the few moments I came in.
I enjoyed every submission you've made. I just want to come into, just to speak concerning. I spoke very long on it. I think that was yesterday. And I want to thank everybody that is here today. I want to thank most especially Nigeria Watch. I want to thank all the viewers and the listener and the commenters. God bless every one of us. Mommy in diaspora, special greetings from me to you. You are awesome. You're a great mother, and may God continue to prosper you. I want to say here, I was going around the internet today. I would be short because I'm going in somewhere now, to be very busy. I went through the internet today, and I was shocked. A man from Ohio, a Nigerian, no typical correct Nigerian. She was against Natasha, and the person lives in the United States of America, where they know that if you dare do and even 1/10 of this, what the speaker has done, but in Nigeria you see so. You know how many house members and politicians have gone to jail or pay. Even your president today pay out of court. The president today pay out of court to settle. Guilty. And then somebody said, oh, Natasha should just sit down there. Many people, they change their seat. He should just sit down there. Now I text him. I say, my brother, are you a chief or you are an intending chief? Because the house of the National Assembly is not a traditional chamber. It's a chamber where thinkers, lawmakers sit to make law to better the life of people. And if one of them is being molested, sexually molested, that person should be taken off or suspended from the Senate, because he has no right to sit on any position in Nigeria. If he had this is a consistent person in this act, because the last one I saw, he was given a dirty slap and the wife could not even talk. He was given a dirty slap in the public place. And the wife today think we are forgotten. Thank God Nigerians they are fast, digging out everything. It's online. They dug it out. Immediately the woman finished, they dug the whole thing out. Say, madam, now your husband be this, so talk on him. Now she now went, and I know all these things. The wife knew that the husband is not upright. The wife knew. But because of the money they are stealing and the money they are enjoying, who knows if something is not happening in the man's back, in his own family too? Who knows? Because when you are aiding and abetting, we don't, as you are aiding and abetting, you also that is aiding and abetting might be involved in something too similar to that. Because light and darkness does not stay together now. That is how I see it. And you now went ahead to place a lawsuit on a woman that had kept all this thing for long. And when she pour it out, everybody's just talking. Some people are just talking nonsense. Better to use the word nonsense in the public place. You know what it means to be intimidated and boxed in a corner for a long time, and at the same time, she has the big courage and big heart to start speaking. Because it's not easy for a woman. Even the men said that they hold on. Then they hold on too now. But for a woman to push everything out with fact, that she said there is video and voice. So he said there's an evidence of video and voice. And yet, instead of the wife to try and make peace on the ground, she's coming out to sit down like yellow day to say my husband is clean, my husband is good. Who say your husband is not good? Look at the fact today, is bad. That's what we are talking. Even in the past, it was even worse that he has to receive a slap by a woman married. A slap from a woman. What did he say then? Did he say it was right or wrong? So the Nigeria, I've told you all, the men, any man that will come to a space where me I am, and he said he's not in support of Natasha, that man has been involved in this issue and they are enjoying it. Some people are enjoying it in harassing women sexually. They enjoyed it. It's just like a rape. Those people that does all those other things, they enjoyed it because it's a demonic thing that they enjoy doing. Look at your senators. They are passing a vote of confidence on a woman molester. They are all, even the woman that came to defend, the woman in charge of women affairs, she came to defend. She gave vote of confidence to the man that sexually molested a fellow woman. She is calling her daughter quote. She's not your daughter, oh, she's your colleague. Because you are old, you have taken the Senate as your retirement home. Please, next election, all the women that came that are in the Senate now, vote all of them out and bring you women that can speak like Natasha. We don't need all this this thing. I would say they call them for Yoruba Loku. Let them get out of Senate. We need strong women. That is why I say you all women, don't go and negotiate for seats. Don't negotiate. The men will use you. Don't negotiate. Don't let them give you position. Sit for the people. Be a different among it, because where there is woman, whoa, the firepower rises up. When there's a woman that can speak truth, the firepower rises up because they have been known to make a difference among multitude. Look at that woman, the second one on the table. The man they gave the position before. That one was a lame dog, corrupt like nobody. They brought a woman out. The firepower came out. He said, I'm for the Nigerian people. I'm not for myself. If they want to threaten me, I don't care, because I'm fighting for the Nigerian people. That is a patriot. Not all these ojolo men that sit there. They call themselves men. They are called ojolo. They just carry the balls and be shaking around the whole place, molesting women that don't have a voice. But we women that have a voice, we speak for all of them. It's a shame to all of you men that are sitting in the Senate carrying ojolo about. May God help you all. Nigeria, God bless you. And to all the people that we know that Obi won the election. So that one, they will soon come and write a book after they finish their presidency, that they know that Obi won the election. Nigeria, watch. I beg to take my leave. God bless you, sir.
God bless you, my lovely brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time with us today. Yes, the last person is Oga Money Ferreira. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. I beg, I would like you to talk to us if you're there. Money Ferreira is not available. Okay, let's have our final submission straight away. Thank you very much, my people. To discuss for the 1st of March, first day of the month.
I'm available. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Mr. Elvis, can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm available. Hello?
I can hear you.
Can Mr. Elvis hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Is it clear?
Yes.
It's clear. Very good. Oh, good evening, everybody. Panelists, Madam Rita, Mr. Elvis, everybody. I greet all of you now. Mr. Black Panther. First of all, make I pray for all of you. Make I pray for all of us. Say the good job we now they do to save our country. I say we know we give up, but the struggle has to continue. We don't get choice. Yeah, because nobody is coming to help us or save us from this mad situation that we are in. Thank you very much, and God continue to bless you and mommy diaspora. Yeah, okay, let me go straight to the point. I won't talk much today.
Thank you for your prayers. God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Hold on, let me turn this thing off. So I'm hearing some echo. Okay, can you hear me now, guys? Clearly, without echo.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, good. Um, okay, yeah, Mr. Evans. I wanted to come in and talk about when I hear Madam Rita talking about how it's good for that it serves Fubara right. I might have a different position regarding that. Why is this thing echoing? Okay, so let me just continue to talk because I'm hearing myself talk. Let me just turn
Yeah,
off.
just continue speaking because we can hear
Okay,
you.
yeah, I'm hearing echo. I don't know why. Anyway, that about Fubara. Look, when we let's not personalize this situational Nigeria problem. If bad thing is happening to the bad people, we still have to condemn it. Though it's happening to Fubara, but listen to me, it's not Fubara that this thing is happening to. It's happening to the people of the state. Because Fubara is just there now representing the people of the state, even though it was part of the problem. So we have to collectively condemn it. We are now seeing the total decadence of the judicial system. We already saw the sample when was that man when Obi went to court for that election. Now is we're seeing widespread decadence, and this is how the country is going to be going for the next 10 or 20 years if something is not done about this judicial madness that is going on in our courts, whereby the judiciary are the ones that are making democratic calls. That means all you have to just do is find enough money to bribe the judge and you'll be okay and be assured of a political position. I think the right thing for all of us to do is to condemn it, to haul out those judges. Do not give them a pedestal that, oh, they are judges, you can't talk about judges. No. If people are making judicial decisions that are inimical to the progress of the people or the state, those people need to be called out. You were right, Madam Rita. Nigerians' problem are the elite. The elite are our problem, both the ones abroad and the ones at home. All the people that went to school that are doing things upside down, those are the ones we have to continually call out. I think sometimes we as Nigerians, we spend too much time calling out the ones with the big names like them Tinubu, them Buhari, and we leave the ones that are holding administrative positions like judges and not call them out. You understand? And then journalists that are, or not just, I don't want to talk about journalists, let's stay with the judge situation and the case situation. You see, as we go forward to fight these fights, first of all, we don't have the numbers. They are more than us. The bad people are more than us. But our job does not finish in just criticizing the system. We have to try to win more people to our side. And we have to win more people to our side. We have to keep talking. We have to keep calling out people. Like judges that make decisions like that, their name has to be blasted in the media. Look, this social media is the weapon for us, and we have not started using it to the full maximum yet. You understand? So let's not look at the problem as if, oh, it is happening to Fubara. No, it's a judicial problem. It's a systemic problem. And the people responsible for those systemic problems, we have to start calling them out. We have to start blasting their names on social media because all the big names are the ones we just blast. And the moment it happens to someone else, where it serves him right because he was part of the bad people, we can't look at the problem like that. So if we look at it like that, we would never get a solution. We would never get a solution. The same thing, this issue of this female senator and Akpabio is also a systemic problem. It's been happening in our universities with lecturers abusing girls without uh, uh, being intimate with them. They will not give them grades and all these things. These are systemic problems. It's high time in this our life we start calling the little people up, blast their names. If it's a lecturer, blast their name. If it's a judge, blast his name. Let it go viral on the madness they are doing. And we just don't take it that, oh, they've made a ruling, they've made a ruling. No. We come on here and criticize their ruling and call them by their name. Otherwise, the country is not going to change, though. And right now, the bad people are about 90%. If we keep reacting like this, the bad people are going to grow to 99%. It's our numbers of the good people that should be growing. That is what I wanted to talk about. I hope I've not talked too much. Thank you for giving me opportunity. And Mr. Elvis, don't forget me. Oh.
Okay, Mr. Ferreira, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I got your message. So sorry, I've not got time at all.
I understand. Just take your time. There's no rush. Yeah,
I want you to know that I'm in support with you 100%. 100%, you know, because it's on the right path, you know. So that's what I wanted to write, but it's not. The time is not permissible, to be honest. You know, we are together, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. I appreciate every one of you here. Let's have our final submission. 2 hours over already, Saturday. Amanda Rita, we don't come back to you this time. You don't have unlimited talking anymore. Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes, you are done.
Mr. Elvis, 2 minutes. Are you sure? Okay. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Elvis, for giving me this opportunity to speak. And I also want to thank the other panelists, Mr. Black Panther and Mr. Manuel. Finally, I would like to say that everybody should keep speaking about what Akpabio has done. And perhaps when we keep speaking, what Akpabio has done to Natasha, Senator Natasha, I need to be specific about that. And when we keep speaking, perhaps some men who think they can take advantage of any woman, you know, not just in the Senate, any woman, you know, in all the industries in the country, you should realize that, you know, one day you would meet a Natasha that would disgrace you. I made this advice yesterday, and I'm going to say it to everybody, especially women who are very vulnerable, especially women who, even sometimes you might be a strong woman, but you might meet a demon who might overpower you and do something really bad to you. If you are going to somebody's office, for example, the likes of Akpabio, please wear a body cam or wear a body. Let me break it down. Wear something that can record conversations. If you cannot put it in your body, wear a wig or tie a scarf and put it in there. It works. It works. We are in the times and we're in the age where these gadgets are available. Please use them. Please, you have to save yourself, because where we are today, people would lie, people of authority would lie against you, and people would intimidate you for even being abused. So you have to defend yourself, and also defend your children. Teach your daughters, teach your sons how to defend themselves when it comes to when they come across people who intimidate them. Have any form of recording, save it, speak to somebody. And when you're saving it, just don't save it in one place. Save it in 10,000 places. It's just that people have 10,000 Facebook accounts. Create 10,000 folders where you can keep your evidence, because the world is wicked. There's a lot of wicked men and women out there who are in the corridors of power, and they are willing to take you down. So you have to protect yourself, protect your family. Please, parents, protect your children. If your daughter or your son is going to a doctor's office, do not leave them alone there. I know what I'm saying. Stay there in the room, as long as, even if they're 17 and a half years old, stay in the room in the doctor's office with your children. Be present with your children. Be present for your children. No matter how they complain, it doesn't matter. You must stay there. because you need to protect your children. We need to protect our women, and we need to protect our young boys as well. This decadence, this sexual decadent behavior of Akpabio, majority of men in power have this. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. Majority of, this is in Nigeria now. I'm not saying the entire world. Majority of men in power, they have this same behavior Akpabio has, and that's why I see so many.
Majority of employers in Nigeria, they are doing the same thing.
You're talking employers, entertainment industry, music industry, the movie industry, even in the market industry. Yes, union industry, name it. There are many Akpabios. There are many Akpabios, but there are very few Natashas. Very few Natasha Akpoti. Not many people are brave enough to come out like she did. But please, Natasha's stand, I can bet you, is also part of how she was raised. It's also part of how she was raised. I heard that she's the only female child amongst her. She has brothers. And it also stems from how her father raised her. I am just assuming. Because it says when you train up a child, it shall never depart from that child. No matter what. If you train up your sons and daughters to be brave and to stand for the truth, when they're speaking as an authority. And trust me, they might be the little chihuahua where we have the bulldogs around. But there will be people who would hear them, who would listen to them. This matter is not going away. It should not go away. I repeat, Senator Natasha Akpoti's issue and Senator Godswill Akpabio is even, I can't even call G word for his name. It's painful to say, but that is his name. Senator Akpabio's issue will not go down. It will not go away. It should not go away. It should not go away. Every person who is on social media should keep speaking about this. And please, don't judge Natasha because she's a beautiful woman. She didn't create herself. Don't judge her because, she's married to Uduaga. It just happened. For crying out loud. Judge her. Let us discuss this issue of her alleged, in fact, I won't even say alleged because she has proof. I won't even say allegedly. Her alleged sexual abuse by Senator Akpabio. Let us stay on that lane. Let us stay on that lane and talk about it. This matter, it ain't gonna go nowhere. We must talk about it. And International Women's Day is coming. Please, lip service is all over. We are sick. Women are sick and tired of lip service in Nigeria. I've spoken in this channel before, Mr. Elvis. Do you guys realize the immigration law regarding a Nigerian woman marrying a foreigner, and she probably wants to sponsor the man to become a Nigerian? Do you guys know what is going on there? And I'm surprised that nobody in this, I know there's so many issues, but women in the Senate, this is something I keep talking about. That immigration law has to be changed. Because it's saying that a Nigerian woman cannot sponsor a foreigner that she marries legally to become a Nigerian citizen by naturalization. Why? We are still holding on to the rubbish, myopic mindset of what it is to be a woman in Nigeria. These things need to be changed. Many of these men there, they are married underage girls. Many of them who are quiet, they are pedophiles, and they know it. They know it. And the people of the Senate, they also know it.
All right.
So this matter is not going away. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening to me. It ain't going nowhere. Thank you.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you. I understand the expression and I support it 100% because at the end of the day, what happened to Natasha is happening in every industry in Nigeria, including churches. So I'm not saying that area and people not allow me to talk about. A lot of pastors in Nigeria sleep with their church members, and a lot of employers do the same for girls looking for a job, although that one is a reverse case because we have a lot of girls in Nigeria as well that want to throw their body at you just to get a job from you as well. Or that one is a different thing. But still, like moderator talk, there's a lot of Akpabios in different sectors in Nigeria. So I just hope.
Let me quick talk, I beg. Yeah,
go ahead. Thank you,
I just have three words to say. One, Baba Tinubu, I beg, remove Akpabio and give us a new Senate president. I know because you do it the way you do it. And secondly, everybody, hashtag stand for Natasha. Hashtag stand for Senator Natasha. Thank you, Nigerian. God bless you.
All right, Baba Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, please. I think this is a great call. I like that. Thank you very much, Black Panther. Maybe Nigerians can actually embrace that hashtag by calling for the immediate resignation of Akpabio, to have a new Senate president. There's nothing wrong with that, about that. After all, it was fixed there, so it can also be removed. To build our own reputation. That's the Nigerian reputation, I mean. So yeah, on that. Thank you very much, my brother, for putting that in. But I have okay, somebody was calling in. If you cannot give a submission right now, if the last person does speak, now to press button. No. Talk to us, sir. Okay, hold on, sir. Just hold on, please. Hold on. Let me take this call. Madam Ola, thank you very much, man, for calling in. Please talk to us. Good evening to you, man. Hello. Oh, you are not saying anything, no, Madam Ola. What did they happen? Let's say your network is bad. I don't know. Twice you are calling in now. Let me call you back quickly before Oga Ferrara will give us his final submission. Can you hear me, man?
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Happy Saturday afternoon.
Thank you, man.
To everybody. How
Please
are you
talk to us. Good
doing?
evening to you. Thank
Happy
you, man.
weekend.
Thank you, man. Go ahead. Hello. Oh, I think our network is failing.
No, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hear
you are back now. Go ahead. Talk to us, man. Good
Okay.
evening to you.
Okay, yeah. Still on this Natasha issue, that's the only thing I'm going to talk about. I was, everybody is calling President. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry. Good afternoon, mommy, diaspora. Happy Saturday. I just wanted to get this out of the way. Everybody is calling on President Tinubu to ask Akpabio to step aside. We don't have to wait for that. We have the law and we have the rule of law. Most of these people, they have traveled wild and they know that such things they can't do it. You can't do that over here. A mere touching of a woman inappropriately is enough. But the problem is not having evidence like Rita said and collecting your evidence. The problem is the judicial system. Will they do anything about it? Everybody, most women in Nigeria have experienced one kind of harassment or the other. I didn't get promoted where I was working in Nigeria for a long time because of something like this, and I had to leave. I won't mention the name of the place. They are still there in Nigeria, both the owner of the bank and the men working for him. So the problem is not gathering your evidence or filing a lawsuit or screaming out there. But we don't do anything about it. It has become a norm that some women even say, you self. They won't do anything about it. So everybody is accepting it. So my suggestion is that this Natasha own, we have to do it. It's senator against senator. We have to continue to talk about it. I was watching one other Ireti woman, Ireti Bakari, on Arise News today, and she was calling out for President Tinubu to ask Akpabio to step down. That is the normal thing in the same society. Step down until investigations are completed and concluded and they arrive at decision. But they won't do that. For the wife to even have the audacity to come out and be talking, that is already shows that that woman is kind of abused at home. She wants to show that, no, Maya, when you don't even know that the lawyer you're fighting against has evidence, you don't even know, your husband does this thing. The woman that has come, Natasha, is a lawyer and she knows what she's talking about. But we have to stand on, so it must not go like that. We must not go. This is one of the reforms we've been crying out for. It has become so normal in Nigeria that women cannot even cry. They can't do anything. For them to get promoted, for them to live in society, they have to succumb to these stupid men. So that's why we have to, we must not keep quiet about this. We have to continue to talk. And I thank God that a lot of women are supporting Natasha so far, even though they have not come out.
but we have to do things that will make them come out. We can use platforms like yours. Thank God for what you are doing, Mr. Elvis. God will continue to have to continue on this. We can't stop it. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
God bless you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, callers, we are done for today. Oga Ferreira, please talk to us. Your final submission, 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much again, Mr. Elvis. I finally find out why my voice was echoing. I did not turn off the volume on my YouTube page, and that was the one that I was hearing. Anyway, yes, that was why I was like, oh, what is happening? Anyway, thank you very much for what you're doing. A few words. Light must bring down darkness. Shine light into darkness. Light would eliminate darkness. And why do I keep mentioning light, light, light? Yes, we know our country is in the dark. But my people, I'm telling you, this generation, God has given us one candle light, and that is technology. Let us start to use it. We have not started using it. We are using it for the wrong thing. We are using it to spread rumor, to spread things about pekos, about all things that are not relevant. Let us start to use technology as small as your cell phone. When you go to the ministry, carry your cell phone, be recording. When you're going to the airport, record. Anywhere you're going that you have contact with authorities, record. Where personal cameras, private, they sell all these things. They're so cheap now. China made. Record. This is the only way you can bring light to darkness. Now, that statement that they will not do anything, we don't care if they will do anything, but we will bring light into their darkness. This should be every mission of every Nigerian. So that medium like this, Mr. Elvis medium and some other medium will begin to make it go viral once you have that light, that recording. Is it a professor? Is it a judge? Is it the senator? Record. Record any action, record. This is the only way you can change that country, because the bad people will not change by themselves, but you can shame them to change. You can shame them to change. And how can you shame them? By shining light on their darkness. They're not going to change willingly. So it is up to every one of us. If you have to wear a dash camp, if you have to buy a dash camp, anywhere you go that you're dealing with a corrupt authority person, record. Don't let them even know you are recording. Send it viral. Give it to those that are abroad. Let them shine. It will get to a point, even if their courts refuse to work, when you shame their judges, they won't be able to step out, because the whole world now knows the darkness that they are doing in the dark, because you have brought it to light. This is the only way you can change that country. You have to record. You have to use technology. You have to record. If it's somebody harassing you sexually, if it's somebody demanding a bribe, if it's somebody preventing you from getting the permits that you deserve, if it's somebody violating your right, record, record, record. Use technology. Buy microchip, buy micro cameras. They're all there on Amazon, on the internet. Bring their darkness to light. My people, this is the only way out. We can talk from here till tomorrow, though talking is good, but we have to shame them to change. Change will not come just by talking. It will come by shaming the devil, the satanic people that have ruined that nation. We will put them to shame, the clowns that have taken over that country. We don't care whether they will change, whether their court will rule in our favor or not. If we don't win in their court, we will win in the eyes of the public opinion. This should be our mission. This should be our objective on every issue. Everything we talk about every day is still based on one thing: satanic forces operating in the world of darkness. And it is our job to bring light to that darkness. If it is a pastor, record. Play it to the world. Let the world judge. It will get to a point where they will not be able to go where decent human beings go because you have put them to shame. This should be our mission. This should be our objective. This should be our purpose. And then when we combine that shaming them and putting light into that darkness with our talking, we will see how the change will start to come from the bottom, from little like that. Bring light to darkness.
Thank
This
you.
little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let our light shine on those satanic darkness. Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis, for giving me
Thank you very
opportunity.
much. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I like that your composure, your submission, how yes, what we need is light. Bring light to overshadow the darkness. I like that. I hope everybody can have that same mindset to speak truth to power, to stand for what is right. We call out the government all the time. Yes, we know the government needs to take the lead to have a better country. But what about the people? The people need to do the same thing for us to have a better country. The government are doing their part. I remember in the UK all the time they call out the society to join them, in curbing crimes and all that in their communities. Yes, and a lot of them are doing that. In Nigeria, we don't do that. We protect our own, especially when our own are committing the same crime. So for us to have a better nation, a better country, we'll continue to call out our government and call out our own selves to do the right thing so that we can have that better Nigeria that you and I crave for. I appreciate every one of you for your time with us today. Thank you so much. It's Saturday. We're already almost 3 hours. So we're rounding up right now. I want to thank every one of you that called into the show. Madam Ola, thank you very much. Madam Origin, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I believe that's your little people that called in today. Thank you so much. Those of you that joined the panel, Madam Rita, thank you very much for coming early. Thank you, Black Panther, as always. I appreciate you. Thank you, Oga, Mone Ferreira. God bless you. And thanks for the new step that you've taken. We all need to join head together to do this whole thing together. And I will always be here to support you. Thank you very much, everyone. Right down in the comment section, starting with Mother for Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy, for always being there with us. Your prayers, your support, your encouragement. I appreciate you always. Thank you, Love Maduka. Thank you, Peggy Modi, Rita once again. Mr. Johnson Emmanuel. Thank you. Vitus Ekwebelen, Patience Yaruwa, and many others. Yes, Mama H. Ho, we miss her. We've not heard from Mama H. Ho for a while. I'm not sure if Mama H. Ho, we don't hear from her this year at all. Mr. Joseph Oji. This year we never hear from her as well. We miss you in case you are listening to us, Mr. Joseph Oji. Then many people, say when I mention name like this, they fall in trouble because
Madam
some of them
Irene
go the
Finest, Irene Finest, where are you? Come and talk, my sister.
Mother
Where you
Harris
say?
she's with us. She's fine. Mother Martina Bashi TV will never hear from her as well. Yes, a lot of them. I just let's continue to put our voices together. For some of you who think that, I need to join the platform only to support Mr. Elvis. Yes, it's a good thing you're supporting the platform. But one thing you must understand is that we are doing this together. One person cannot do it alone. It's for our own country. We all have our everyday lifestyle. But we're doing this every day to see how Nigeria can be better. It must be a collective effort. So don't always have the mindset that, I have to go support him, or without me, concern me. It will still concern you. Let's join here together. Or for any reason you don't want to join Nigeria Watch, please make yourself available for any platform that you know that is speaking truth to power and that is fighting for Nigeria to become a better country. Always join them as well. It doesn't have to be here, but let's collectively put our voices out there, because what is affecting us today in Nigeria is division. We are divided, we are hypocritical, we are selfish, many of us are satanic, we are not truthful to ourselves. A lot of us are fighting for our own selfish benefits. It's crazy. It's crazy. If I have to tell you guys the temptation that we face on this platform since we've been running this platform, to compromise for my this is a private discussion, or compromise and have this and do it this way, even in fact, I got it to the extent that do it this way, people will not even understand you are doing it that way. Just collect this thing and do it this way. I said, no, even though people don't know. I remember my mom always let me know that The best time to do the right thing is when people are not watching you. Yeah, that's the best time to do the right thing. People are not watching you. You are alone. You are alone. What do you do when you are alone? What do you do when you are given opportunity to have a leadership position? What do you do? What do you use it for? We preach this every day here because we are not pastors. Some people might not take us serious. Say, what is it saying? What is it saying? But this is our lifestyle. Let's stand for what is right. Let's see how Nigeria can be better in our time. In the process, you are still living a good life for yourself as well. It doesn't take anything away from you. It doesn't take anything away from you. So let's do what is right. Thank you very much, my people. We come to the end of the broadcast. I'll see you guys again. Fingers crossed tomorrow, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, so that we can continue from where we stop. Take care. Good night, and bye for now.
Evani maru tefi gbawa odaga wo amwe feri wa ena keke no gato bago o sanege nera ena keke nagari ushina dano yebe e ajena o sagu meto bago iwe fu we bietete iya kwero ya uge eke na mi o kata my money day imieva kome o seni na po pepe sheva ko o amie bi na ma emie neregi po pepe krisati no ben o piano me yo negi go na ba o no negi me igu sebu e omu yo wa Akonana do vefe, iba con a veces fe allí. Uno allá ya de nabo, akonana ito egbe. Ite veni pia, ite veni ku. Waga we bien se o, no boja mi na chuajo. Osagu me ware, ni mi omatien. No mami obaje agitio osagu beware ni mi obaje no mami obaje agitio itene ni pia ke vitene ni ko wa ya lare waki madosi ona owe kyo amega mweo weno vyo hana ilu wa managi we vyo jon agi sede yunuke katona ebi na uyo hao haya ba managi uda abagba ebe agi sebe ibiedu ben ama fanoko agi ebi noruwe amana gilawa agi zede na boye o piano meigo agi jigo baka eya ubo ai ono na anu sake agon o sagobe yo ti o me gbigo kumeri yo ti o me gbomo o sanu kumeri yo ti o be buto me na ti oju Osagu me ware ni mi obatie me gbigo me pomo no ma mi obatie me buto me agite ojo osagu me ware me gbigo ni mi obatie me pomo no ma mi obatie me buto me agite ojo osagu me ware me gbigo ni mi obatie Oh, my, I get you.